From a woman who faked terminal cancer to sell diet apps to people who were actually dying, to a man built like a comic character claiming raw organs gave him his body. These are cases where massive followings were built on lies that exploited the trust of millions. Starting with Brian Johnson, known online as Liver King. He presented himself as a natural bodybuilder with a lifestyle built around what he called ancestral living. His content showed intense workouts, extreme eating habits, and a routine that rejected modern comforts. Raw liver, bone marrow, animal organs, and even testicles were part of what he promoted daily. He claimed this was the reason for his physique, along with strict discipline and training, and he made it clear that steroids were not part of it.
What up, primals? Liver King here. We just took down a Mongolian yak. And where do you think we're gonna start? Of course, the liver first, because liver is king.
The message stayed consistent: eat like this, live like this, and results will follow. His audience grew quickly, especially among younger viewers who were drawn to the simplicity of his approach. His content did not rely on complex science or long explanations. It showed results, and that was enough for many people. As his following increased, his business followed the same path. Supplements tied to his lifestyle started selling in large numbers. Reports placed his earnings extremely high, reaching close to 9 figures a year. The brand expanded fast, built around the same core idea that his body was the result of his lifestyle alone. People started questioning it. His appearance stood out. His size, his conditioning, and his age did not match what most people expected from someone claiming to be natural. Discussions started appearing across fitness communities, asking a simple question: was this real?
That is not a natural body.
Of course it's not.
That guy is shooting all kinds of shit into his system to achieve that kind of physique.
The conversations kept coming back, but his answer never changed. Every time the question came up, he denied it directly. He stayed firm on that position. His confidence made the message stronger, and for a while, it worked. The brand continued growing, and the audience continued following. But that changed in late 2022. On November 28th, a video was released breaking down his entire image. The focus was on leaked emails that showed details about his actual routine behind the scenes. The emails described multiple substances, including human growth hormone, along with exact dosages and monthly costs that reached thousands of dollars. The information spread quickly. The same audience that followed his advice now had direct evidence that his claims did not match what he was doing privately. The image he built started breaking down immediately. Soon after, he responded,
Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I'm on steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician.
He admitted to using testosterone and confirmed that he had lied when asked about it before. He explained his reasons through personal insecurity and pressure he placed on himself.
When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me. I'm part of that statistic.
He described pushing himself constantly, training multiple times a week, and relying on hormone support to maintain his condition. The apology addressed the main issue directly, but it also confirmed what people had already seen in the leaked messages. The reaction shifted quickly. For many viewers, the problem was not just the use of steroids, it was the message that had been sold alongside it. People followed his diet, bought his products, and believed that his results came from the lifestyle he promoted. Once that idea collapsed, trust went with it. Comments started showing frustration. Some people said they felt misled. Others said it removed motivation, since the results they were chasing were not achievable the way they were told. The fallout extended beyond comments. A lawsuit was filed in December 2022 seeking $25 million. The claim focused on how the lifestyle was presented and how it was used to drive product sales. It described the system as designed to convince people to buy into a result that was not being shown honestly. Changes started showing up physically. After the exposure, he stopped using steroids. His appearance changed, and his overall condition declined. The difference became noticeable in a short period of time. Views dropped, and the momentum behind his brand slowed down. The situation did not stop there. Years later, another incident brought him back into focus. In June 2025, he posted videos directed at Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liver King. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you.
He challenged him directly, talking about fighting and making statements that escalated beyond normal online disputes. The videos continued, becoming more intense and personal. He traveled to Austin, Texas, where Rogan's studio is located. Police confronted him and the hotel he was staying in. Officers approached him after reports about the threats. He was arrested and charged with making a domestic threat. His bond was set and he was given an order to stay a certain distance away from Rogan and his family. After being released, the behavior continued.
You might not know who I am. My name is Liver King. Yeah. I'm picking a fight. Anybody know who it's with? Anybody? It's one word. Anybody know why?
Family.
That's why. And so I'm on my way out because what ends up happening is the terroristic threat division has a subtask about violent crimes. They come to get me with my family. I have to lay down on the ground with the fetal position with my legs to the left to actually go to the bathroom. And I'm ready to fight for my family. I said I would never do that again.
Yes, sir.
So my family is now being bullied, received for less than who they are. I can't say the name, but I said it earlier. So let me just not say it again. You think you're above reproach. You thought that you've been getting away with it.
He appeared in public, speaking to streamers and repeating the same ideas about fighting and protecting his family. The tone remained intense, and the situation raised concerns about his mental state. Over time, his activity online slowed down. Posts became less frequent. Engagement dropped. The same audience that once followed his lifestyle now viewed his content differently, and the image that built his brand no longer held the same weight. The next case follows a different path, but the pattern stays similar. It begins with a personal story that quickly gains attention.
It's been suggested perhaps you have Munchausen syndrome or a factitious disorder. Do you accept that perhaps you do?
I don't accept that.
Belle Gibson built her presence online by sharing what she described as a recovery from terminal brain cancer. She said she had been diagnosed in 2009 and given only a few months to live. According to her, she chose not to follow conventional treatment and instead relied on diet, alternative therapies, and lifestyle changes. Her content focused on clean eating, plant-based meals, and holistic health practices. She spoke about herbal remedies, meditation, and avoiding processed food. The message was simple and easy to follow. Change what you eat, change how you live, and your body will respond. People paid attention. Her audience grew quickly, especially during a time when social media was starting to push personal stories and lifestyle content to larger groups. Within a year, she built a following of hundreds of thousands. Her story stood out because it offered something people wanted to believe, a way to recover without relying on traditional treatment. As her platform expanded, she turned it into a business.
It's essentially a recipe collection full of whole foods and vegetarian recipes, which is the way that we encourage people to get back to the fundamentals of eating more fruits and vegetables.
In 2013, she launched an app called The Whole Pantry. It included recipes, meal plans, and guidance based on what she said helped her recover. The app was successful almost immediately. It reached hundreds of thousands of downloads and was recognized as one of the top food apps that year. Money followed. She earned close to $1 million from the app and related deals. At the same time, she made public statements about donating a large portion of that money to charity, including organizations supporting children with cancer. Her image became stronger. She was presented as proof that alternative methods could work. Her story spread across different platforms, and her advice reached people dealing with serious health conditions. She spoke about her experience as something that could be repeated by others. Her claims also grew. She said she had not only brain cancer, but multiple forms affecting different parts of her body. She said diet and lifestyle changes addressed all of them. She told her audience that avoiding vaccines and relying on natural methods could prevent or even cure illness. The story continued building until questions started appearing. In 2015, attention shifted toward the money she said would be donated. It was discovered that only a small portion of the promised amount had actually been given to charity. That raised a larger question. If the financial claims did not match, what about the illness itself? People started looking into her background. There were no medical records supporting her diagnosis. No doctors confirmed it. No treatment history existed. There was no evidence showing that she had ever gone through the condition she described. Older posts added more concern. They showed a pattern of health-related claims going back years. Different illnesses, different stories, and no consistent record supporting any of them. The more people looked, the less her story held together. A person close to her came forward. Information was shared showing that money meant for charity had been used for personal expenses, including travel and lifestyle costs. At that point, the situation could not be maintained. In April 2015, she gave an interview where she addressed everything directly. None of it's true. She admitted that she never had cancer. The reaction was immediate. People who followed her story felt misled. Some had taken her advice seriously while dealing with real medical conditions. The impact went beyond content and into decisions people made about their health. Authorities stepped in after that. Legal action was taken for misleading conduct related to her claims and business practices. She was fined hundreds of thousands of dollars. The penalties were based on false statements about her illness and the donations she promised. She did not pay the fines. Because of that, further action was taken to recover the money. Authorities carried out searches to seize assets in order to cover what she owed. Reports continued showing that the amount remained unpaid. Her online presence changed after the exposure. Content was deleted, accounts were removed. The story that built her platform was no longer there, and the audience that followed it disappeared just as quickly. Another case built its audience around consistency. Rawvana created her platform around strict veganism. Her content focused on raw plant-based eating, where everything had to stay uncooked and completely free from animal products. She shared meals, routines, and daily habits built around that structure. Her growth came quickly. She appealed to a specific audience that was already interested in that lifestyle. She also created content in both English and Spanish, which expanded her reach even further. Over time, her following reached into the millions across platforms. Her message stayed consistent. Plant-based eating was presented as a way to improve health, energy, and overall well-being. Her identity online was tied directly to that lifestyle. After several years, that changed. In 2019, a short video started circulating online. The clip showed her sitting at a table during a trip. The camera moved briefly and on her plate was a piece of cooked fish. She reacted immediately, shifting her posture and trying to block the view. The moment was short but clear enough. The video spread quickly. Her entire brand was built on avoiding animal products. The clip showed the opposite. The reaction from her audience followed right after. She responded with a video.
I'm really sorry about the way that the news were communicated to you, how you had to find out. I know that so many of you trust me, you listen to me, and you probably feel deceived and lied to, and you're in your whole right to feel that. And for that, I ask for forgiveness. I'm human, I made a mistake, and I was not planning on hiding this from you. I was planning on telling you, but on my terms, on my time.
She explained that she had already changed her diet before the clip surfaced. According to her, the decision came from health issues she had been dealing with for some time. She said she started adding certain foods back gradually while trying to understand what worked for her body. She acknowledged that people felt misled. The explanation did not stop the reaction though. Comments focused on one issue. She continued promoting a lifestyle she was no longer fully following. For many viewers, the problem was not the change itself, it was the delay in being open about it. The situation affected her platform. The apology video received strong negative feedback. Her content shifted after that, moving away from strict vegan messaging into broader lifestyle topics. The audience that followed her original content did not stay at the same level. Views dropped and never fully recovered. The final case followed a different route but ended in a similar place. Brittany Dawn built her platform through fitness. She gained attention after sharing her weight loss transformation. Before and after photos spread online. The people started asking for guidance on how to achieve similar results. She turned that into a business. She offered personalized meal plans and coaching programs. The plans were marketed as tailored to each individual's goals, with pricing that ranged from under $100 to several $100s depending on the level of access. As more people signed up, issues started appearing. Customers began comparing what they received. Reports show that many plans were nearly identical. People with very different body types and goals received the same structure with minimal changes between them. Other problems followed. Some customers said they paid for direct communication but did not receive responses. Others said they waited weeks without updates. In cases where replies came through, they were described as basic and not specific to the person asking. The situation became public. Groups formed where customers shared their experiences and compared plans. The pattern became easier to see as more examples were posted. She was confronted about it.
I apologize to anyone who feels like they got scammed from me, and I genuinely promise that my intentions from the start were pure. I wanted to help and impact as many women as I could because I felt like this is why I was given this incredible platform. When you're given an opportunity like this, you would be stupid not to take it and run with it, and unfortunately, I ran too fast for one person. These claims are coming from years ago after I got launched into a business that took off so fast that I didn't know how to mentally handle it. I did what I knew to do to the best of my ability. I didn't know what I was signing up for simply because being an influencer and running a fitness influencer business was not really a thing back then. Therefore, I didn't have much guidance. At times, it got extremely overwhelming and I took on more than I should have. And for that, I take full responsibility and I am sorry.
She said the business grew faster than she expected and that she was not prepared to handle the number of clients. She stated that her intention was to help, but admitted that she took on more than she could manage. The issue moved beyond social media. Authorities stepped in and required changes to her business. She was ordered to stop offering personalized plans and coaching services tied to those claims. Legal action followed, focusing on misleading practices and failure to deliver what was advertised. A settlement was reached. She was required to pay $300,000 in penalties along with $100,000 in restitution to affected customers. She was also restricted from offering similar services in the future. After that, her content shifted. She moved away from fitness and rebranded into a different space, focusing on religion-based content. Her audience remained, but the business she built around fitness did not continue in the same form. Every one of these creators sold a lie for profit. They used the trust of their audience to build the business until the reality finally caught up. Whether they apologized or tried to rebrand, the damage was already done. So subscribe or Liver King will show up at your house to challenge you to a fight.